Behind me is the entire setup that I've spent countless years building up to this point. With that being said, welcome to my dream gaming setup tour. Before we get started with the tour, I want to apologize for being so inconsistent. I know my last upload was like 4 months ago. Now that it's summer now and I'm out of high school, I no longer have to worry about that stuff holding me back. I'm actually so excited to be back though, so let's go ahead and get started. So this video is going to actually be a little bit different than most of my other videos because this is just going to focus primarily on my gaming setup. I know I've did setup tours in the past and I showed a lot of my room, but I really want to dive in deep onto everything in my setup. Also, before we start, I want to let you guys know that everything that I talk about in this video will be linked in the description, so if you want to take some inspiration from my setup, you can do that. Also, if anyone is interested in subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think we got it. I need to stop yapping and start doing my show and tell. So this is the first thing that you're going to see when you walk into my room. You have my setup, you have this massive area where my room is. We're not going to talk about over there. And then we have my keyboard collection in the back. I think first we're going to go over this area and then we're going to move down to the more expensive side of things. And I do that in all my videos just because I want to save the best for last. Starting off with this rug. I actually got this rug off the TikTok shop. Shout out to them for sending this to me. I think this rug is like $24, but it's super comfortable. Ever since I've gotten this rug, I've just been like so much happier. Especially when I have the grippers out and I can just... Okay, I'm sorry. Moving on over here, I have a lot of junk right here in this little area. A bunch of Lego stuff, but this is actually an alarm clock and it's like a light too. So it's like a 3-in-1 because this is the light right here. I think it's dead. The clock goes right here and then my charger goes right here. So this is what I use to charge my phone with. And then if you flick up this back compartment, you can charge your Apple Watch. And then your AirPods go right there. All right, moving on over here. Here are all my keyboards in my collection. This keyboard is from HG. This is the Acco 3068. This is the Acco Black and Gold mechanical keyboard. This is a modded RK61 that was sent out to me by one of my friends. Shout out to Jairo. This is the Keymove Snowfox keyboard. It's a tactile switch keyboard. This I've had for too long and it's really ugly, but this is the Omen encoder. It just came with my PC. Over here we have the Rocat Volcon. Shout out to Rocat too. I love this brand. I used to use this keyboard back when I used to play Fortnite. And then I have this little keypad thing. I used to use it as my stream deck for my streams. If you haven't stopped by the streams yet, I'd really appreciate it if you do. By the way, I'm trying to grow my Twitch streams and I want to really like engage with a lot of you, so that will be really fun. I try to have as much fun as I can over there. I don't know how much all of these keyboards cost, but I'm gonna give it around an estimate of $400 for this entire thing over here, including the Stanley. Next up over here we have my pegboard. I have only had this for about a couple of weeks now, but I fell in love with this thing. I actually plan on putting one here, but that's for another video. If you don't have a pegboard in your setup, you definitely need one because of the storage that it brings. I mean, like, look at all this stuff I can store in here. Just imagine all this junk being here. That would not look clean, but now because I have that, I don't have to worry about that. So what goes on these pegboards is what I'm going to show you next. In these two compartments, I just have keycaps, and then I think I have a couple of switches in there. And then I also have some extra hooks, because these actually need hooks to be able to hook on. I have two keyboards here. Actually, if I added those to my collection, it'd probably make more sense. But anyway, as far as the price range, these keyboards right here, and then I have the SteelSeries Arctic ones. Those were my first actual good pair of gaming headphones. Then I have this custom hydro dipped controller back in like 2020. Right here is a JBL speaker. And then this is just some like other stuff that I store there, like tech stuff. I think those are actually to help me pull off my keycaps and my switches. Moving down to this little compartment down here, I have a fake plant. I want to get a lot more fake plants because I want more greenery. A lot more greenery in my setup so I don't just have white all the time. These are glasses. They just look cool here. And then that is a Fantic screwdriver. If you know, you know. If you don't, it has hundreds of different screwdriver heads fit into one inside of that. This is the Alua F87. This keyboard is probably my favorite in terms of productivity. The switches just sound really clean and crisp, and they're just really satisfying to hear in the morning. Here's the Easter egg. If you made it this far into the video, comment sound test, and I'll drop a sound test in my next video, because this thing just sounds insane. Up here, I have a monitor light from Qantas. I'm in love with this thing. Having a monitor light is really beneficial for nighttime and even in the mornings. It can really light up your space and help you see at night, especially when you do a lot of typing. For both of my monitors, they're Asus. I think this one is 175 and this one's 144. I'm gonna swap them eventually, but I'm too lazy right now. For my desk mat, I'm using a desk mat from Highstar. Shout out to them. This is a really good mouse pad brand company. This mouse pad is actually super waterproof as well. Like if I were to pour water on this and dump it, it would just slide off. And then this down here is my little stream deck for streamers. If you know, you know. It's basically just a cheat code for streamers. This is the current keyboard I'm rocking with. This is a Lego keyboard. As you can see, I made this brick by brick. And then I attached a little Lego figure. This is Pain from Naruto. I think he looks pretty sick on here. But yeah, this thing also sounds pretty cool. So I might do a sound test with this one too. And then this is just a little coiled cable that came with one of my keyboards in a different review. But I love this thing because I hate just cords being everywhere. Up here, we have the OBSBot Tiny 2 4K webcam. This is the webcam that I use for my streams. It shoots in 4K and it uses AI to be able to detect hand signals. So like if I like put my hand up and it's on, it will like detect that and then it will start following me around, which is really cool, I think. I need you to work. Okay, and see, now that I do the hand signal, it's blue. So when I move this way, it's gonna slowly start to move in the direction I do, which is really cool for streaming. But to turn it off, all you do is just hold it down and it turns off. This chair right here is the O-Line ergonomic office chair. This chair has been my go-to chair ever since I got it. I had another office chair too, but I just like this one personally better because it's able to sit up taller than the other one. You need to move out the way. My mouse is the Logitech G Pro Superlight, and oh my gosh, is this thing dirty. Like, this is disgusting. I need to get more grips for this thing. If you play Valorant, you know what you know. The microphone that I'm using is the Mayono podcast microphone, and they actually sent me out all these things, which is really cool for them. This boom arm is from Tonar. I've had this in every video I've made. This down here is a audio mixer. It basically just helps me be able to control my audio during streams so that my voice is louder than the gameplay. So yeah, a lot of my streaming equipment is actually really cool. So I'm gonna have like its own specific category for the links called streaming equipment if you guys are interested, or if you actually want to start streaming yourself, this will help you out a lot. This is the Omen 30L PC. This PC is actually starting to get really slow and I need to get a new one. I'm still debating on if I want to buy a pre-built or if I want to build my own, but I'm leaning towards building my own right now. And if you want to know the specs of this PC, here are the specs right here on screen. Like I said, they're not the best and I'm probably going to get a new one soon. I have another fake plant right here. I think I got this one from Walmart. And then this little thing down here is a charger, believe it or not, from Gravistar. As you can see, you just plug it in. It's actually really cool. They're supposed to be giving me another one too in white, so I think I'm just gonna stack them like that. Now for my desk, I'm using the IKEA Strat. If you don't know what that is, it's basically where you take two Alex drawers and then you take a really big countertop and then just put the countertop on top of the Alex drawers. The countertop I'm using is the marble countertop. It's the Ekbacken. There are so many different combinations of desks that you can do with this. So if I wanted to trade out for like a wood style desk, for example, I can just take off this one and then get a new one and put wood on top. It's so much easier to customize your desk to however you like it, but I just personally like the marble look. They also come with tons of storage. Like I have so many cords on all of these, it's honestly insane. Now for my RGB, I have this top light right here. This is a Govee Glide light. I've had this for almost, I think, 3 years now, and I don't think I'm ever gonna switch up when it comes to lighting because these things are amazing. There's over like 13 million different light combinations that you can come up with, and these are also what I use to power my RGB because you can literally turn them on using an app on your phone. Not like one of those cheap Temu apps. Like this is actually a really good app. It's really easy to use, and once you figure out how to use it, you can even go on their app and use other people's designs as your own, if that makes sense. Last but not least, for this little back area, these are just hexagon foam panels. They're not like soundproof or anything, but I just like the way that they looked, and I plan on getting just a little bit more to put to this side so it looks a little bit more full, because there are like a bunch of missing areas where there's still walls showing, and I don't really like that. I want to end off the video by just saying thank you to all of you who have been along this journey. I once again want to apologize for how inconsistent I've been. I know that that's something I really need to work on. In terms of content, it's just been pretty hard to find video ideas, but like I said at the beginning, it is summer now, so I'm gonna definitely try to work on getting out more content. I'm super grateful for everyone who helped me get to 6,000 subscribers. That's a huge milestone for me. Every time there's like a new 1,000, it's a milestone. In terms of my content in the future, I want to keep it in the same niche, but I want to kind of throw some lifestyle into it, if that makes sense. So let me know if you guys would be interested in a lot more vlogs, day in the lives, and like having reset days and just stuff like that. And just also just simple vlogs where I go get stuff and go do stuff. I'm not going to fully transition over to lifestyle, and I'm probably going to stick to tech for the most part. But throwing in lifestyle here and there, I feel like would be kind of a cool way for you guys to see my life outside of just YouTube videos. and TikToks and my Twitch streams and all that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My setup is nowhere near complete yet, and honestly, this is just the beginning. Like, seriously, this is just the beginning. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys all. Remember that Jesus is King, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.